It's also a very, very special Friday.
Why is that, Brian?
Something that we're very, very excited about. Not only because we're reviewing our first Nicolas Cage movie on this podcast, but
so great.
It is our Quarterstone episode. You like what I did there?
I do.
It's our 25th episode of Final Friday.
Woo!
We've done this 25 consecutive Fridays.
Is that why we're doing Mimosa Friday?
Mimosa Friday.
Cheers, guys.
Oh. That's it. That's what we're doing today.
So, what better way to have the 25th, the Mimosa Friday, than talk about a Nick Cage film, Rage?
Oh, man, Rage. And it also stars Peter Stormare
as an Irishman
whose mouth is always a joy to watch.
Nick Cage's hair in this movie, fucking ace.
It's got to be like
Just
dyed,
point.
right?
It has to be
100%.
dyed.
Like at this point, it was just
I
straight
like
dye.
the length, the flow.
The
Yeah,
dye.
It was pretty great.
The dye.
He was hot. And his wife was getting so hot when he was kissing her neck.
His wife just loved being choked.
True.
She cries a lot during the movie.
Yeah,
She cries a lot.
she does.
Face gets very wet.
Well,
leaky.
Just wait until we review in December P2, starring Wes Bentley and her.
Oh, she's in that?
Yeah, it's gonna
Wes
be great.
Bentley's a hottie.
Yo, Wes Bentley's so hot.
We're doing that on final, right?
Yeah, that's on the final pod.
Cool. Rage. And you know why? I kind of like why the movie is called Rage. Let me break this down real quick.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna break this down real quick on the 25th real quick. Essentially, he is warned many times not to dip into his past. He's warned by Danny Glover, don't mess with this. Even his old boss, don't mess with this. But he lets his rage take over, and there's consequences because we know what happens when you get so angry and you're not patient. If you're patient, technically, this probably could have been resolved through the normal police procedures. However, because he got so much rage, he caused a mess for himself and his family.
I'm going to take it back to, was it my last time on the pod?
What movie?
Saw 2.
I think that was your last time.
If
on.
fucking Donnie calmed the fuck down,
Listened.
Yep.
He didn't let his anger build.
Yep.
he would have found his son in that fucking safe right next to him.
In a safe and secure place.
That's what Jigsaw told him, right to his face.
The thing is, you can't cage the rage.
You can't.
That was so good. Who's better than Shane, Brian?
Right.
Who's better than him?
Nobody.
you.
But
Guys, we're in a fucking basement.
we're in a
Did you
basement.
notice
We
that?
changed up the locale today. It's a special occasion, so we did that. And this is a good precursor to our final podcast, Nicolas Cage November, as well.
Yes.
You know,
I'm sure our good friend Sauce is going to be on that a lot, correct?
he
He's
will
on
be.
literally every episode.
He
Thank
will
God.
be. It's gonna be a good time all around. But Rage itself, this is a fucking flick. This is probably the highest budget movie we probably
Yeah,
done. in all
I would
fairness.
say so.
This movie could low key probably even slip into final.
But it's not a horror. It's the only reason it hasn't.
100%. It's not a horror.
I'd ballpark at least a 20 mil budget.
20 mil, you think?
Nick's got to get paid.
Yeah, I'm looking through our movies here on the final Friday, and it's not even close.
This is definitely the highest budget.
Yeah, because what's the next highest budget? Shark Season? Velocipaster?
There's probably China salesman.
We'll get to China Salesman soon.
We sure will.
So Rage is the story of a turn straight con man, Nick Cage, and his quest to have a nice family and be a construction worker, like the head of a construction firm, I believe he is now.
I mean, like he works directly with the mayor.
Mayor.
You've seen him with those pressers?
Yeah, he's great. He's good. The problem is he has
Rolling in
a
the
daughter
bucks.
Yeah.
who only hangs out with boys.
That's the thing. As a girl, girls and boys cannot be friends. Just can't happen.
So you're saying no?
Can't be friends. Maybe acquaintances, but as friends, no. You didn't think that those two dudes wanted to bang her and hang her out to dry?
Well, the one definitely did. Nick Cage is like, you trying to bang my daughter? Well, you got to work for me first.
So I'm going to put
Like,
you
you can't
to
be
work.
a brokey.
It's like going to Danny's house growing up. I'm going to put you to work.
Oh, the vaguely gay. is
Vaguely
what you're
gay.
saying.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
We have this friend Danny. He was, on our pod a couple of times. Growing up, we used to go to his house and get put to vaguely gay yard work. It is exactly what it sounds. It's yard work that is vaguely gay.
Yeah, it was like a requirement. You had to do it if you wanted to be in that home. So I stopped going.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Oh, then he got a couple of dogs. That didn't help either.
No, that was like my real reason.
So the thing is, dogs, great. Danny's dog's the worst thing in the world.
I mean, yeah.
Remember that time we were having a grand old time playing football?
And his dog showed up and ruined everything?
Unbelievable. You know what I'm concerned about right now, though? What if, like, when you guys inevitably devalue me and my opinion in existence?
It will happen.
Where am I going to...
You actually can't go on the floor. We would not see you.
Like, how am I going to floor sit?
You're not. You're actually banned from
You're
it.
going to have to recline.
Oh, that's what I'm doing today?
He's going to do that anyway. See, that's what he's going to do.
Okay. This guy.
Okay, in any case,
Wow, this thing goes back far.
before we get into this,
Yes.
what? Do you want to read some articles off Yahoo, you hack?
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
the new
shit.
segment, SNN.
Oh, wait a second.
Hit me with the music, baby. This just in. Tom Brady and wife Giselle have filed for divorce. Oh, is something wrong?
Oh, he is not happy. Interesting news, though. Really interesting news.
I'm just going to lift it up. You guys, this is unbelievable. If I literally died, croaked on top of you, you guys would just continue on with the show, wouldn't you? This is all about content. It's never about me. What does Mike Bear want? What does Mike need?
He is so needy.
I know, right?
Holy shit.
It's never about me. So it's about the show. Let's just pump out shows.
Well, I mean, you're coming across very needy.
Am I rambling right now? I feel
Yeah,
like
a
I'm
little bit.
rambling
A little bit. Just talking a lot. And
Okay.
like,
And
nobody
you
cares.
also like interrupted our new hit segment, SNN.
Yeah, SNN like fucking hits.
Honestly, dude, I'm a little flustered by that.
So now that that's out of the way.
I mean, that's big news. Now we have to
Yes.
start talking about Rage.
Right.
Everybody came here for the Rage. They came here for Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, so they have the basis now. Nick Cage, former gangster, daughter who only hangs out with guys. You know that's trouble. It always is. Never trust a girl that only has guy friends, right?
Especially those high school guys. They
Yeah.
only want one thing.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So now
Look at my dope ass socks.
Nick
in
Cage
frame.
is going to leave her alone in this home with them. He's going to go out with his wife, have a good time, choke her a little. She'll probably give him a under the table HJ. And then they're going to come back home.
over the pants.
Well, it's got to be over the pants if
Over
it's
the
under
pants,
the
under
table.
the table.
Yeah, it's all that good stuff. They're going to come home, though, and they're going to come home to something you never wanted to come home to, and that's a dead daughter.
No. That's tough. At first, the daughter is not in the home.
No.
Right. Fair to say, she's not there. She was taken.
Yes.
And not the best thing to see. I mean, there's even a precursor build up to this. Like, he's just kind of vetting the two guys he's going to be with. But, you know, it's never going to be a good situation.
Well, technically, they don't come home to a dead daughter.
No, they come home to a missing,
missing
daughter.
daughter.
So, yeah, so, like, missing. He's
Put
going
that
nuts.
on SNN. You fuck.
Already, like, the gears are turning. Like, who could it be? Because this man is in dirty pockets. He's been
Yep.
for a long time. Of
Yep.
course, he works construction. So did Gacy. They're basically the same person. Just dirty pockets. But what I will say is that he has been a reformed criminal. So
Yes.
it's been a while since, and he was in the Irish mob.
Yes, the Irish mob.
That's crazy.
And there's a storyline here that blends in because he always reverts back to a time in his past where him and his boys did some shady dealings.
Yes.
Some under the table, actually it was a murder.
Yeah, so the whole backstory, because we won't just keep going back and forth, is Nick Cage and his two boys murdered the brother of the head of the Russian mob.
And these are two mix,
Yes,
right?
yes, they are. And can we say that? I don't know. So they think instantly it's the Russian mob finding out and wanting retaliation for that, and that's why his daughter has been kidnapped. Now, like you said, a lot of people are going to tell him to cage the rage. Danny Glover barely speaks English. He's still got it a little bit. He's going to be like, don't do this. Peter Stormare is going to be like, hey, don't do this.
What is his face looking like?
It's like,
Why is it everything his face is just fucking out there?
I think
it's like his face is here and he projects it.
I think
out
this,
there.
I like Peter Stormare, but I think he only acts with his mouth.
So much mouth. There's just so much of
So
it.
he's like, you're saying he's all mouth.
He's
Do you
100%
even
mouth.
remember
What that mouth
You
do?
remember him in Until Dawn in those
Yes,
breakout
it's
sessions
all
as
mouth.
the psychologist, and all he did was talk with his tongue, and
Dude,
like his tongue was like extended
beautiful.
out like a fruit roll up.
Yes, I
Basically,
do.
Gary Busey, all mouth.
Except with less drugs.
Well,
Allegedly.
jeez.
Allegedly.
I'm gonna
If
crush
you add
these
allegedly
mimosas.
to anything, you're
Oh,
fine.
he's almost done over there.
Yeah, you got to pace yourself. Pace yourself. We got some episodes to record. So, time is going to go by. Eventually, Nick Cage is going to ask the one kid, hey, what actually happened here? He's like, these guys broke in. I couldn't save her. Yeah. And Nick Cage is like, you should have fucking gave your life to save her.
It's true.
How are you going to put yourself inside of her if you aren't willing to do that?
You're not even dating my daughter yet, but you should have absolutely gave your soul for her.
I guess Nick's point is like, it makes you a real man.
Yeah.
Protecting a woman.
Being dead.
Yeah. So
No, to be fair,
you're
it-
not a man then. You're a dead man.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, given the situation and what Nick Cage has known to this point, 3 dudes break into the house and take the daughter.
Yeah.
Right? You're in that situation. Girl that you like is getting taken. They have guns. What are you doing? You don't know that there's a gun in the house. At least you.
No, you don't. Yeah, you
don't
don't.
know.
Yeah, you don't. So it's like, I mean, you could try to fight them off, but you're gonna get shot. Or it looks like he got kind of fucked up. He got punched.
Yeah, he has bruises.
I mean, it's tough to say a high school kid has to take on 3 guys with fucking assault rifles. So
Did you guys like her little henna tattoo on her hand? I thought it was sexy.
Whatever.
yeah, I mean, I could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Honestly, to throw a tat on a girl.
Yeah, but it was like
fucking-
a hand one. I'm not a hand one. Maybe a nice arm sleeve, a full arm sleeve, something like that, you know. But for just a hand one,
It's going to rub off.
yeah. Fucking
How
henna.
long do those things last?
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That's if you don't leave them in the sun.
I'm not like a big fan of like tribal or henna stuff.
I agree.
I have a tribal tattoo too. I don't like it that much. I don't like tribal.
He's not a fan. He doesn't respect Roman Reigns, the tribal chief.
I definitely enjoyed when Benanti got his henna tattoo. Just something about Benanti getting henna just made me happy.
Yeah, no, I get that. Ooh. Are you getting off right now? You kind of just like made a noise. Like, oh.
I'd like to apologize for my little rant earlier.
Oh, it's about time.
It's the first time you ever apologize for anything in your life. Oh, there he goes.
Well, while he
There
does
goes.
this, I'm going to point out Nick Cage's daughter is eventually found dead in the forest. She
Yes.
was shot in the head, and now Cage is going into rage mode. He goes to his 2 boys, the Irishman and the fat Irishman.
You got Kane and Danny.
I couldn't remember
Kane
their
is
names.
the Irishman and Danny is the fat Irishman.
And he's like, boys, we're going busting skulls. So,
They're going old school.
and by old school, they mean they're
rip
going
around?
into the movie The Wire, where they take on the black tweaker in the apartment building.
I don't know why they thought that they would
He
know.
would know
like,
any
why.
information.
Wait, are you talking about what the TV show The Wire?
Yeah.
You said the movie.
I meant TV show.
He keeps fucking up today, and I'm the asshole
I
here.
fucked up one time.
Oh.
You fuck up every time you do GNN.
But this is kind of intense because they're slapping around this tweaker, and he doesn't know anything about anything. He's literally tweaking, and then his girl, who is absolutely out of her fucking mind,
Off her rocker.
he's like, "Oh, how about we put this noose around your neck, babe, and then attach a brick to this rope and chuck this out the window." So her body is kind of hitting the wall. It's not going over yet, which he thought he mentioned it would go over.
Wouldn't that snap her neck?
Probably.
From
I
the
mean, it's-
impact of the cylinder block outside of a fucking 3-story window and just...
Dude, anything about me, I know about noose law. that would snap the shit out of her.
Okay, so normally I make fun of you, but I do know you know a lot about
I
nooses.
know all about
Yeah,
it.
so I get it. All right, yeah, so they know nothing, so they're going to move on. And I believe now they're like, we got a voyeur or something in a strip club that we could talk to.
Yeah, you always got to talk to the voyeurs. They always know a lot because they watch.
Yes.
They
And-
see.
and-
We're kind of in that elk.
Yeah.
Voyeurs.
You said, did you say lawyer? Oh, you said voyeur. I thought you said lawyer. for
We're
a second.
also, me and Brian know a lot of law. So
We do know a lot.
I know bird law.
Yeah, great.
I also know a lot about the Lincoln Lawyer, which is the
Matthew McConaughey.
We watched that
Matthew
one time.
McConaughey vehicle,
Yeah.
and then there is the other movie, where
Time to Kill?
A Time to Kill, where he defends Samuel L.
also a
Jackson.
lawyer in
That's
that
also
movie.
another Matthew McConaughey vehicle.
Oh,
Mike?
wasn't he also a lawyer in The Wolf of Wall Street?
That's true. Third movie, I think, or was he?
Dude, he was.
Was he a lawyer?
I thought he was a lawyer in that movie. Real quick.
He's in it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but he's a lawyer in those 5 minutes,
Are you
right?
talking about the Matthew McConaughey vehicle?
Yes. Yes.
He's literally the best part of that movie.
Oh, like Beach Bum?
Did you watch it?
No, I still need to.
It's on HBO Max. I
I
think.
have to just watch it. It's like my two favorite things, McConaughey and Harmony Korine.
Terrible. Literally terrible.
We
Tragic.
will get to a Harmony Korine movie. We have it in the schedule.
Yeah, we do.
Won't say
Won't
what
say what-
movie,
yeah,
won't say
that's fair.
when, but it's in the schedule.
Here or the other?
Other pod, the final pod. The main attraction, as me and Brian like to call it behind your back.
It's like the least surprising thing I've ever heard. I'm going to test something out real quick, okay?
Yeah. I'm not going to like this. I just don't care for this shit.
Yeah, because you're just
does this
blocking
work?
me. You're literally just encroaching my space.
There's
I
so
could
much
s-
encroachment.
I hate it.
You don't like it?
No, get back in the couch while I talk about it as you get up. So, the boys are going to find the voyeur, who was the driver of the man they killed back when they were 17.
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
he questions people with bullets.
He does. He does. He definitely acts first and asks questions later, even post-mortem.
Yes. Oh my God, dude. When Paulie gets to the roof and catches him, and he's like, "You can't die," and
Bro,
just slams his head into the.
He kills that guy like 4 times.
Danny reacts first. I love when he just starts shooting
Yeah, that's
in
what I mean,
hindsight. He's like, you can't shoot in public, dude. You just can't do that.
Oh my God.
Cage does not give up on that guy. That runner, he runs him all the way up to the rooftops.
And like I said,
That
he
roof
catch-
is flooded.
Yeah, it's a wet roof.
Not a wet basement, a wet roof.
Yeah, it's a wet roof.
We're going to see a fair amount of bugs down here today.
Brian killed most
I
of
did
the
a lot of
spiders.
exterminating this morning. I killed a couple. I've been seeing some big, hairy black ones.
Shane's not a
No, I hate him. I hate them all. But it's okay. We're not worried about that. We're worried about the next step of this movie, which is sitting and waiting.
I do like this movie because it's like little old school action of just like bashing heads in.
Yeah.
We're bashing heads. We're not even taking names because they're just killing people.
I like to call it the rip and run.
Yeah, that's fair. They're really not leaving much. And obviously, like, there is going to be a time where people are going to notice that their gang members are getting killed off.
Yeah, the Russian mob is going to be very upset about this. The Russian mob's actually going to kidnap Kane.
What do you think the worst kind of mob is or gangster? Irish, Russian?
I actually don't know.
I feel like Irish.
The triads.
If I were to break this
Gnarly.
down, yeah, I feel like Yakuza and stuff like that could be real nasty. I feel like the Crips and Bloods will just straight out, like, pop you.
Yeah, but that's nicer because a lot of the other gangs, like, they like torture
No,
you
that's
for
what I'm
a
saying.
bit.
I think they're quick kills.
Yeah.
They will kill you. It'll be a quick kill. I act like I know what I'm talking about. I don't. I think when you get into more of the Shanghai gangs, Yakuza stuff, you're getting into that.
I feel like the Italian mob is weak. It's the weakest mob.
I don't know.
You'll definitely get
fill
killed.
your shoes with cement and throw you in a river.
Yeah, you will live in the ocean, the bottom, the depths. That's what they do. That's good.
It's sick.
That's a tactical move.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, though, we'll see in this movie, the Russian mob will tie you up by your arms, feed you water, and then punch your kidneys until you puke the water up.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That looked brutal.
Yeah, that was a sick
That
scene.
is a
It
rough
also
way to
didn't
go.
look like water.
It was water.
Shit was dirty.
It was fucking dirt.
See,
It was hose water.
Didn't you think they were gonna I thought they were gonna electrocute.
I thought so too.
Looked like they were, but they took a different
instead they
route.
used him as a punching bag. That's gotta hurt because it is filling your like stomach up with water, and then he's just fucking punching it out of your
yeah.
stomach.
I don't know why he tried to drink the water. Then again, they probably
They were like forcing him at one point. Yeah, it's pretty
And that
pretty
dude,
sick.
the main mob guy, popped his shirt off. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that whole scene was actually fucking badass.
Yeah, Chernoff was honestly not a bad character.
No, I liked him.
He's got that crazy back tattoo.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That's Chernoff.
It is Chernoff.
He is a Soviet boxer. Would have been the champion, he thinks.
Yes.
but he had to throw the last fight because of his father. And
Real
his,
shame.
His debts. He had to pay off a debt. And he had to throw a fight.
And then I think he had to kill his father for a debt eventually.
Because
That's what they allude to.
He fell into the Brotvia.
Yes.
Is that what he said?
The Brotvia. And that's why this guy has no problem killing Kane, which he does. From this moment, once Cage finds this out, he goes to Brian's favorite scene of the movie. He goes to Danny, and he's like, "Hey, Danny, you doing heroin in here? Where were you, Danny?"
So the movie's actually pretty good up to this point, and then this scene hits, and I'm like, This is Cage.
Literally walks in throwing accusations.
Cage just falls into old Cage
Old
habits,
Cage.
but that's why you love him for it.
Can't cage the what?
Rage the cage.
Rage
the
cage the rage.
Can't cage the rage.
You notice Danny's with was it a prost? Who was that?
There's a prostitute.
That was
or
a stripper.
It's a stripper
Oh,
technically.
shit.
He's banging a stripper. He was nowhere to be found when Kane was, doing his thing. And they referenced like his partying early, which is, I don't know, that was kind of weird, but in any case, partying with a stripper, ignored all their emergency texts, and yeah, he gets very physical with him for missing it because he's upset that Kane got taken because he probably knows that they're going to torture and kill him, and he like slashes him up.
Yeah.
Like he just
It kind of cuts his like stomach open.
casual slash and
Kills a really good friend of his.
kills him and says, "All right, get up.
He's like, stop kidding, get up.
Let's go."
He's like, patch that up. Let's go.
Like, come on.
And
He's like, oh no, what? No.
He's like, are you bleeding? Why are you bleeding?
How'd you get that cut? Danny, get up.
then he hugs and cries with his dead body.
Yeah. I also like this movie for the simple fact that he can murder anybody he wants to, gets handcuffed, and Danny Glover's like, you know what? He's been through a lot. Let's let him go.
Happens all the time. Happens at least
Let him
twice.
go.
And straight
And you're
up,
like,
straight up lets him walk away from a.
boss, we can't just let him go. He's like, we'll let him go.
I think Danny was more audible in this movie than he was back in Saw 1.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the 2000 like shooter, I literally couldn't understand a fucking thing that
Or
guy said.
what's that movie he was in where he was a train conductor?
Night Train?
Night Train. Can't understand him.
Remember Midnight Meat Train?
Great movie.
That was a tight movie.
Should definitely be reviewed on Final at some point.
I actually agree with that.
Fucking awesome movie.
So from this point,
Bradley
the
Cooper's
two,
in it.
what? Yes,
Bradley
he is.
Cooper's in it.
Absolutely pounds Leslie Pippen in
Fucking
that movie.
beautiful.
Wow, it's
What a great
wild.
scene.
Wild
Gorgeous
movie.
scene.
So moving on from the pounding, the two mobs are actually going to pound each other with bullets.
Yeah, with bullets.
You see my transitions have gotten better over time.
That's
Are you
good.
talking about on the rooftop?
The rooftop
meetup?
The rooftop pounding.
Because eventually like, there's a lot of people getting popped off. And then you have the Irish mob with...
Russian mob.
Is it O'Connell? Who's that guy?
Yeah, it's O'Connell.
And then you have Chernov and the Russian boys. And they're not fighting over Ukraine here. They're fighting over the dead girl that is the daughter of Jerry Maguire. No,
Yeah.
it's not Jerry Maguire. It's Paul
Paulie.
Maguire.
Paulie Maguire.
Jerry Maguire.
The movie Cuba Gooding Jr. won an Oscar for. Tom Cruise was in it.
Has Cuba done anything since?
Yeah, he was in
Snow
radio.
Dogs. Rat Race.
Titanic. No, Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. Couple things,
American Horror Story season 6
Wow.
or 7.
Eerie. Boat Trip, which is
Oh,
arguably
Boat Trip.
easily one of the worst movies
Trip.
ever
What's that
made.
one where he's like a dad in a movie and there's like crazy hijinks?
Probably called like Family Vacation or something.
Something like that.
Probably
It's
something
probably
like
Tyler Perry vehicle.
Yeah,
I love Tyler Perry.
He was in that.
Alex Cross. We're going to review Alex Cross on this at some point.
Oh, boy. It's way too high budget, though.
It has to make an exception.
Oh, God. It's way too high budget. It was in the movie theaters.
We really missed an opportunity to do Boo, a Tyler Medea haunted Halloween or something like that.
You would want to watch that.
I certainly wouldn't be on that episode.
You have no choice. You signed a contract with blood.
Blood. We do sign blood contracts.
Yeah.
With the Final Podcast. We do that here.
Yeah, we're a
Yeah.
cult, pretty much. So, speaking of cults, the Irish Army
a
is
more
whacked.
efficient gang. The three of them, like Nick and his two buddies, are us three.
Oh,
The
them three.
Taliban. They've been doing it for a while, and they still are around for some reason.
I was talking more of like a trio thing.
No, it's them. Even though Paulie killed one, literally, if I say something just a slightly off, you cry on the floor. Was that too far? Is this too much of a shot?
Keep going.
Yeah, see, they're gonna cry on the floor.
Very
Ooh,
moody.
baby, ooh. Okay,
Ooh,
so
moody.
the Irish mob is dead. The Russian mob is wounded, and then out of nowhere, Nick Cage is like, "Oh wait, I think the kid killed my daughter."
Because you're right. What happens is, and this is a major goof in the movie as well. They mention that they found out the bullet that killed him was from a
Pistol.
A Russian.
Yes, a Russian
pistol. How did he not be like, oh, I have that pistol?
Yeah, it takes him to the very last 5 minutes of the movie to realize, wait, I have that same pistol
Like,
in my house.
I get the realization being made makes total sense. That realization should have been made the minute that came up. Because if I had that gun, I'd be like, oh, fucking wait, there was 2 guys in my house and I have that gun.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to you can't, he doesn't think straight because he's so
True.
fucking angry.
The rage.
You do think it's always the Russian mob for sure.
Yeah.
But like, man, like that should have definitely crossed his mind. I agree with you with the whole rage thing. It's a rage and they're really beating your head over Darren Aronofsky style with the rage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like you would have had to come with that at some point.
Yeah, it's...
But I guess there was just so much pent up rage.
Yeah,
And you know what's interesting too? I hate to keep cutting you off, man, but like in Pokemon, when you use rage, it takes turns to build up.
It's true. And you can't stop using it,
keep
though, once you
using it,
rage.
right?
You have to wait until your rage dissipates. Which way I was going. It's a great transition. His rage does dissipate because when he meets up with the kid, he doesn't fucking snap his neck. He just is like, now I know. And I can go home and kill myself.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Did you guys want the kid to get popped?
Yeah, fuck that kid.
I want the
really
kid to
did.
either get killed or, I mean, I'm assuming he's going to get arrested, but like he absolutely should have been popped by Nicolas Cage.
That fucking flashback scene where they show the
I know.
daughter.
We could talk about that.
God
That was
damn,
brutal.
Dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
Not brutal in the sense of like brutal as in gory. I mean like brutal as in hard to watch because it was the fucking stupidest thing in the world.
This is so dumb.
It was just
so fucking
They were
dumb.
just playing with the gun, and like he spun around and just shot her in the head. Like why would he do that?
First of all, like again, they're not like young kids. They're like literally in college, right?
Yeah, they're like 18, 19.
Yeah.
Okay, why do they need to play with guns here? It's just not the forum for it in someone's house.
Especially because they could just like buy a gun legally.
Also, wouldn't you be like, why would you fuck with someone that's been in the Irish mob? Like, that's just like a fucking no-go.
It's all dumb.
His the kid's what's his name, Matt or some shit?
Yeah.
His explanation was like, "Oh, I didn't hear her coming behind me." Okay, dude.
Well, you don't just pull the trigger, even if the gun's not loaded.
You know you're with 2 people, so whoever's coming behind you is more likely than not somebody you're hanging out with.
Yeah.
Why would you pull the trigger? Why?
It's so dumb.
Yeah, it's stupid, but essentially they made the whole thing up. He was the one that, killed the daughter
And then they
accidentally.
staged the house. To
Yeah,
look
they
like it was a
staged everything.
prison.
The beating.
So with all this information, Nicolas Cage goes home. He sits on his bed, and he waits for the Russian mob to storm in and kill him.
Calls his wife.
Calls his wife.
Tells her to come home. Why does he tell her to come home?
Yeah.
Don't know.
He does throw a little apology in there at the end.
It's just like, I thought this movie actually was going to end with Nick Cage turning around and killing all of the Russian mobsters that
would
came in.
honestly been incredible as well.
But instead, you see Danny Glover just taking out the body of a dead Nicolas Cage in a body bag. Sad.
Wasn't a fan of the ending.
Nah, me either. I actually wanted him to rage through them all.
Same.
But that's Rage. We've gotten through it.
That is rage. It would have been a cool ending. Yeah, he rages, but like he can never stop the rage, so he keeps going. Actually, kills the whole neighborhood. The rage doesn't stop.
Oh, then he moves like state to state
Just
until he kills the entire fucking country.
That's a good spin-off movie.
Me and Brad did one glass. Are you there yet?
We're getting places.
I'm literally ready for the next one.
I'm ready for my third already.
All right,
Okay?
so then with that said, let's
Tired of this
rate the
shit.
movie and get ready to do that.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, let's
Big
go.
thumbs up.
Big thumbs.
Rage with the Cage. Gotta watch it.
Yeah, I mean, we did watch this one time prior. Kind of knew what we were getting into.
Wait, you guys watched it?
We did see this a while back.
Yeah, a long time
Together?
ago. Yes.
Correct.
With Ant.
And another guy that I used to work with.
Yeah.
I guess it was a while on a,
Yeah, it
on a
was a
whim
while
kind of
ago,
a thing. Like,
yeah.
let's just watch Rage with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, it's awesome when we watched Pay the Ghost. Mom and Dad. Okay.
So moody.
Yeah, it's temper tantrums. It's like he's 2. Any final thoughts, Mike, before we reveal what we're reviewing next week?
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you talking to me?
So, with that said, next week we got a Dolph Lundgren joint.
Oh boy.
We are reviewing Shark Lake.
If you go on Tubi and you just type in shark, you're going to get a lot of different listings.
So
But then
many, dude.
you'll get one where you just see, you don't even see a shark, you see Dolph Lundgren's face.
God.
And I'm like, it is a perfect rectangle. I'm in. In, baby. Yeah. So tune in next week for fucking Shark Lake.
Can't wait.
Which
see ya.
It definitely kind of reminds me a little bit of Shark Night.
Season? Oh, Shark Night. Yeah, Shark Night 3D.
They put it in a lake, but
Yep.
yeah, but this is definitely probably better.
This actually was better.
Right? You know,
That's sick.
all right, we'll see you next Friday. Deuces.